So I think for you to get your attention span back, especially if you're like the kind, like this is from the bottom. What I'm about to say is if you're starting from the bottom, you're addicted to YouTube Shorts, Insta Reels, or TikTok, and you're like scrolling 8 hours a day, you're sleeping at 3 a.m. and you're sleep deprived and all that shit, right? This is if you're starting from the bottom. I think there's 4 or 5 levels, and this is, I think, the easiest way for somebody like you to get back up to normal. And I'm not saying I'm some kind of saint or whatever. I'm making this video because I myself have, I guess, struggled with this. Admittedly, I've never been the guy who spends 8 hours a day on Insta Reels or TikTok or whatever. Like ever since the beginning of TikTok, I was like one of those guys that was a hater, and I stayed a hater. So I still don't have TikTok, but I have been addicted to YouTube before. And when I'm addicted to YouTube, it's not like I'm just watching like genuinely like entertaining shit all day. It's like I click on videos that I do not give a single fuck about, and while that video is playing in the background, I keep scrolling through the recommended and keep adding like 20 videos to my watch later that I never end up watching. And the entire time that the video is playing after that, I'm like in the comments section just reading through shit. And then I'll probably click off the video before it even ends. So I am definitely not pretending to be, I don't fucking know, Alex Hormozy or some shit. Let's get into it. Right, so when you're talking about increasing your attention span, you really, like, attention span is, like, kind of a fancy word, so I'm just going to say focus, right? You're just trying to be able to focus on shit more, right? And a lot of people will tell you all this advice that is genuinely good advice, like meditate, or, you know, just delete all this shit off your phone, or, you know, I don't fucking know, stare at a wall. That's been a trend recently, right? Read books, all that shit, which is, it's all actually good advice, and we're going to get to that later. But what you need to start with is... You need to start with the small shit, quite frankly. If you're the fucking guy who watches 8 hours of TikTok per day, I know I keep repeating that, but if you are that guy, bro, you need to start from the fucking bottom. And so I guess what I could put this as is level 1. So for level 1, what you have to do is you have to watch TV shows and movies more. Like, that's all you got to do for level 1, right? Because if you are the person, again, repetitive, but if you are the person that watches 8 hours of short form content per day or whatever, you are also most definitely the guy who in the movie theater goes on his fucking phone, or who doesn't even watch movies anymore because he thinks they're boring. And this is like my thing that I'll die on. People that fucking say movies are boring now don't actually find them boring. They're just, their brain is just fucking hijacked by like fucking TikTok and Instagram, bro. Like, movies did not like overnight become boring. Like, no matter what you want to say about Hollywood nowadays or some shit, a lot of movies are still entertaining. And if you're the guy who hates on every single fucking movie, dog, but you can sit through like 8 hours of Instagram slop, it's probably the Instagram slop that's making you hate the movies. So level 1 is dead ass just like watching more. Like, I'm not even telling you to be more productive. Literally, just, I'm not saying watch a documentary. Like, fucking do a run of every single Marvel movie if that's what you need to do. But just watch more movies and TV shows and try to get to a point where you can watch a full movie, or at least TV shows that have like 40 to 1 hour long episodes. Get to a point where you can watch a movie or a show like that without checking your phone, or at least without checking it like a bunch of fucking times, right? Like, without just going on it for 10 minutes straight or whatever. And again, the goal is not to make you productive here. The goal is literally just to make your focus better. So after you've gotten to that point, right, where you are able to watch something that's entertaining, that is in a long form, like, that is in a long form packaging, I guess is the word, I don't know. Now is the next step. Level 2 is video games, right? Because in level 1, right, what do? You took from going on Instagram and TikTok for 8 hours a day or whatever to watching something that requires more sustained focus, but you're still just watching stuff. You're not doing stuff. And so then level 2 is just about starting to do stuff while having sustained attention. So that's video games. So you're in luck if you're the kind of guy who used to play video games all day like me, right? Because this is going to feel more familiar. If you're the kind of person who never played video games and you don't like video games, you kind of cooked. I mean, I guess either do the video games or do something else similar like board games, or just, I don't know, chess. I mean, chess is a board game, but you get my point. Just something, or a hobby even, like just something that requires sustained attention for a long period of time, but that requires your active participation in it, but not necessarily something that requires a lot of mental focus to do. So maybe chess was a bad example, and like maybe don't like start trying to learn the guitar right now. Just do something that's fun and relatively easy to do. but that requires attention and active participation, right? That's level 2. Just play video games. Just do that. Get used to being able to play a video game for an hour or two. Like, again, we're not trying to make you more productive. So this is going to sound like fucking crazy because most people will fucking tell you that video games are the devil, but we are literally trying to just take you from fucking being addicted to Insta to being able to focus on shit. That's all we're doing. So you can still have fun, bro. I'm not telling you to not have fun. So play video games. Level 3 would be to start reading books. So after you've gotten used to watching movies for a prolonged period of time and then playing video games for a prolonged period of time, now you're used to actively doing shit that entertains you, right? Active participation in the entertainment. And you're used to sustaining your attention for a long period of time. Now, by the way, I'm not saying you have to stop doing the previous levels. Like, you can still obviously watch a movie, you can still play video games, but I'm just saying only start the higher levels. Like, only start a level after you've completed its previous level. So, level 3, read books. Again, don't, like, if you want to try to read some shit like The Count of Monte Cristo, or like some, like, fucking thick non-fiction book, but you don't have to do that. This is not some kind of, like, productivity thing. This is literally just to try to make yourself be able to focus again. So literally, I don't know, read Red Rising, bro. That shit is addictive as fuck and fun as fuck to read. Just read anything that's entertaining, anything that you want to read, because reading requires more focus and is harder, I guess, than playing video games or watching a movie. Well, I don't know if it's like that's the correct term, like harder, but you get what I mean, right? It requires more focus. It requires you to be able to focus more than most video games do, and then, yeah, pretty much every movie does. Obviously, depending on the book, I guess, but whatever, you get my point. So, read books. And if you get to this point, and you're like, fuck, nah, I'm not reading no book, that's hella boring, then maybe it's a sign that you're not ready to level up yet, right? Like, at least give it a try. And I think everybody would enjoy reading at least one book. If you don't fucking like reading, bro, listen to a fucking audiobook, I guess. But just like, or a fucking podcast. But just something. Alright, just something. And level 4, after you're able to read a book, and again, you don't have to do this every day, but just like having the ability to, I don't know, read a book for 1 hour and be immersed and not want to get your phone, right? And generally, like, bro, like at the end of that hour, you're like, just one more page type shit. That's the perfect state to be in. And level 4 is when you could start implementing meditation, like how people say, right? Level 3, I forgot to mention, is where you start implementing books, like how a lot of people tell you to do. Level 4 would be meditation, like how everybody tells you to do. The reason I didn't say do meditation at the beginning is because I think it's honestly unrealistic and unfair to expect somebody who's used to chronic social media usage to just start fucking meditating consistently. Because consistency is the thing that's actually going to get you results. You can probably do like 3 days of meditation, but then you're going to fucking stop doing it. So you leave this for last because you leave this for a point where you're closer to the base amount of focus needed. You can brute force it and just start meditating on day 1 and whatever and probably get the desired result much quicker. Or you could take your time doing fun shit like watching movies and playing video games, and then eventually you can get to meditation. So yeah, that's level 4. That's meditating. Meditating is the hardest one, low-key, honestly. I mean, I don't think there's anything above meditation for increasing your focus, so this is going to kind of be a weird one with like uneven levels. What would level 5 be? I don't know. Maybe level 5 is just deleting the short form content once and for all off your phone. Maybe that's it. I think I mean, honestly, I think at the beginning you should have deleted all this shit already, so maybe I'll say this now. Delete your social media. Doesn't mean you can't talk to your fucking friends on Insta anymore, but just delete the app off your phone if you're on an iPhone and just log in on the web. Just like make it harder for yourself to abuse the short form content while keeping, I guess, the social aspect if it's that deep to you that you could text people on Instagram or shit like that. And then just get used to not being on short form content anymore. Make long form content the only kind of entertainment you consume. And that's in every form. That's movies, TV shows, books, video games, I don't know, music, all that shit. And then maybe, just maybe, you will get to a point eventually where you can balance everything out, and maybe you can hop back on the short form content wheel. But just this time, you're in more control, and you can enjoy the memes without having them control your life. Anyways, let me know if I missed anything, I guess. This was kind of a different video. I actually recorded something else first, and then I naturally just started speaking about this. And my fucking microphone that I really should replace had a fucking, it was like glitching, and it had this like weird static noise in it. So I just decided to re-record this because it's faster to make. Again, I want to be very clear. I'm not trying to make myself seem like a guru or some shit. I'm just a dude telling you what worked for him and what could probably work for you too. I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, see you in the next one. Peace.